viewers. I know this has been a little bit slow in coming because this news has been out for a few days, but, you know, believe it or not, I have arrived. Also been busy on a real railroad, firing and driving yesterday. Good fun. Anyway, LIRR Commuter, Steam, pre-order and live stream. The live streams actually happened a few hours ago, so if you've missed that, jump onto the Train Sim World channel and have a look. What are we looking at here? It's an M9. Down below, there's an M7 and another M9. Long Island Railroad Commuter is a new route add-on for Train Sim World 4, featuring the area covered in the previous release, upgraded to TSW4 standard, as well as the new Long Beach branch and the new state-of-the-art M9 EMU, and a complete gut and rewrite of the signalling so it all works. Yay! This is out near Long Beach. It's a lift bridge. It doesn't lift in the game, but that's okay. And it's an M7 sitting on the bridge. LIRR Commuter overhauls America's oldest commuter railroad with a completely rebuilt schedule, details further down. Newly added branch and reworked signalling. Not only is there the addition of the M9 EMU to Train Sim World for the first time, but the M7 has been updated too, utilising better audio from Harlem Line. We've got an M9 sitting in the station here. I think I know what station that is, but I'm not going to say in case I get it wrong. Upgraded scenery, textures, water materials, and increased fidelity with the landscape texture blending, as well as additional stations and updates to the environment, give a new look to the areas seen in the previous release. Together with the full Train Sim World 4 feature set, which includes volumetric fog, rain effects, and varied passenger models, this is Long Island Railroad in completely new light. Just clarity on the full feature set, it does not have suspension. The result is the route add-on with the most amount of stations, 39 in Train Sim World. There's a 10% pre-order discount. There's also a loyalty discount if you've already got the other one. This new route add-on is priced at $39.99 US, $29.99 poons, $35.99 euros. So there's the usual about 55 odd for the Aussies. And is available to any player that owns Train Sim World 4. Funny that. Would be surprised, wouldn't it? Oh, well, you know. You don't need Train Sim World 4. Of course you do. No previous add-ons or LIRR content is required. Although, if you've got the M3, it layers in. Steam players can pre-order with a 10% discount from today until release on April 30. Steam players that own any version of the original LIRR route add-on from 2020, TSW2, TSW3, or TSW4 can get an additional 10% loyalty discount, which stacks with the pre-order to result in a possible 20% off. Now, just remember, you do actually have to have TSW4 to run this, which is still available on Humble Bundle for $7, so if you haven't got it, why not? Humble Bundle's almost finished, by the way. The 10% Steam loyalty discount will be available till the 14th of May, 10 days after Star Wars Day. Xbox Game Pass players can also take advantage of 10% off Train Sim World 4 add-ons. This is activated on release, can take up to 24 hours. New and updated features. Long Island Railroad first look. Well, I think we need to have a look at this, but first up I just need to make sure that we're actually going to route the sound somewhere useful. So just bear with me for just a moment, please. Just a moment. We'll be right with you, because I just need to make sure that the browser's going to resend it somewhere kind of useful and put it in the stream. I've told it not to put it in the stream. Being naughty. I know what I'll do. I will temporarily tell it that it's a game, and that'll work fine, won't it? Okay, here we go. He's going, why isn't this train moving yet? This is the updated M7. This is the M9. the new PRS. M9 in the rain. There are a lot of level crossings. There we go, coming soon. Okay. Now let's just stop telling the browser that it's allowed to output as a game, because if I don't, it will do bad things. There we go. Because you might hear noises I don't want you to hear. Anyway, a summary of the new and updated features in Long Island Railroad Commuter. A total of 57 miles of network to operate. New Long Beach branch with 10 stations. It's got 2 paths, by the way, separate. New abandoned Woodhaven station as part of the Atlantic branch. New M9 EMU, electric multiple unit. Updated M7 electric multiple unit. Updated reworking of the schedule with significantly more services, plus more for those with the M3 EMU loco add-on, available separately. New scenarios, including double duty, where you can play as conductor. Updated reworking of Sunnyside Yard, including static AI from NEC, New York Trenton. Updated station areas with updated lighting and textures. Updated scenery textures, water materials, and increased facility with the landscape texture blending. New full TSW4 feature set, including scenario planner with chained paths, volumetric fog, rain effects, as well as TOD4 lighting, dynamic weather from TSW3. They don't mention free roam, but it does in fact work. Now there's a challenge. Because this route's kind of busy, getting your train in edgewise on free roam can be just a little bit of a challenge and result in some strange things happening, just saying. But, you know, me, I like putting trains where they don't belong. The announced article covers some specific areas of the release important to players of the previous route add-on, including a breakdown of the new and upgraded features, as well as changes that have been made to the add-on as part of the close working with the licensors. This includes mandatory ATC and access safety systems for both the M7 and the M9. So it developed a manual for this route to help any players operate with ATC and access safety systems, and there will also be a tutorial on how to operate trains on the Long Island Railroad Commuter route with safety systems enabled. I will pop the link to that manual in the description. In fact, let me copy it now so I don't forget. Copy link address, there we go. Further details on the schedule. We've got an M9 sitting in what looks to be Penn. Penn's had a big rework, by the way. Our previous article also explained the considerable work that has gone into reworking the signalling within the route and rescheduling services for both the M7 and the new M9 to recreate something representative of the 2021 reference material that also gives a good amount of gameplay to the M9 EMU. In total, the route contains almost 600 playable services, with an additional 32 services playable for those with the original M3 EMU loco add-on, which will remain available to purchase. Now, just as a comment about this, the route's still set in 2018 or 2019, whenever it was, but it's got a 2021 timetable, and that's so that you can run the M9. In addition to our own team, self-confessed LIRR superfan and US-based Train Sim World beta tester Eddie has worked incredibly hard to give continuous feedback on scheduling and the route as a whole. This has involved completing a monumental number of playable services over hundreds of hours playing the route. Brandon, who will be joining the Railfan TV team, including the LIRR Commuter livestream, has also contributed to a huge amount of his time to the route and work on re-signalling, which you can read more about in the previous article. The entire beta team have worked incredibly hard on this release. We'd like to take this opportunity to extend a huge thank you to all of them for their time and hard work on this and all Train Sim World releases. So the new bit, can you see my cursor? I'm not actually, yes you can. Okay, the new part is here. So Jamaica, down through Locust Manor, Laurelton, Rosedale, Valley Stream, Lynbrook, Centre Avenue, East Rockway, Oceanside, Island Park, and Long Beach. The other path down here comes down this side through St Albans and joins again at Laurelton. So they are separate paths. This one's junctioning can only go towards New York. This one's junctioning can go out towards Hicksville as well. And there's a great big new flyover there that was not there before. In LIRR Commuter, the playable map consists of the new Long Beach branch, Hempstead branch, Atlantic branch, main line as far as Hicksville. Within this area, the following services are included, with both playable and AI trains featuring the M9 and M7 EMUs. Port Washington branch running as far as Woodside, Atlantic branch to Atlantic Terminal, Far Rockaway branch running as far as Valley Stream, Long Beach branch new to Train Sim World running to Long Beach, West Hempstead branch running as far as Valley Stream, Babylon branch running as far as Lynbrook Belmont Park for special event services to the famous horse racing venue, Hempstead branch to Hempstead, main line services as far as Hicksville. Services heading to the final destinations beyond the confines of the map will terminate as a playable service at the last station represented, as noted above, before heading out of the map as AI. For some express services, this can also happen at Jamaica. During peak times, additional services are available to operate, including some empty non-revenue trains and others requiring coupling procedures. Each branch has at least a 1 or 2 services heading in or out of Atlantic Terminal. Both tracks between Floral Park and Hicksville are used in peak travel direction, allowing for fast trains overtaking stoppers and left-hand running. These services occur between 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Jamaica Station has departures from platforms 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 and 8, but not 9 3/4, with many of these departures simultaneously during the peak hours. The other thing you'll find at Jamaica is you're often following a train into the platform and you have to wait while it offloads before you can go in. Here's another shot of an M9 deep in the bow. Most branches run trains through to New York Penn, and Atlantic Terminal is served by the Far Rockaway and Hempstead trains. Other features of the schedule, and we can see an M9 coming into a station nice and shiny versus the old and decrepit M7 in the background. Trains passing Valley Stream platforms may have to go wrong line run during the day to avoid the train from West Hempstead that waits in one of the platforms before shunting to the other platform. There's one service starting from Valley Stream siding and 2 from Hicksville North siding. Also represented is the once-a-day Huntington to Hunters Point Avenue to Ronkonkoma train, which runs as a non-revenue service between Long Island City and Jamaica sidings. There are additional service layers. In addition to the playable services added in for those with the original M3 electric multiple unit loco add-on, it's not a loco, it's a train. Players with the Northeast Corridor New York Trenton will see both Amtrak and NJ Transit, New Jersey Transit trains occupying the reworked Sunnyside Yard as static AI. Amtrak's Acela will appeal for those with a loco add-on. So what static AI means is they don't go anywhere, they don't move, they don't turn on, they're not drivable. So, yeah, don't get too excited. Keep your undies under control. Players of the Northeast Corridor New York Trenton will also continue to see AI traffic on the Long Island Railroad layered in from the original Long Island route add-on, so you need the original to see that stuff in Trenton. This new one will not layer anything into Trenton. Live streams already happened. So there we go. You can submit questions to the dedicated LIRR Commuter Q&A thread. I shall pop a link to that in the description as well. We've talked about the pricing, we've talked about the discounts, we've talked about the other stuff. Here's a shot of the M3, the old workhorse. Still a few of these around. The original LIRR release is unchanged, but will remain available to purchase as a separate Train Sim World compatible route add-on for Train Sim World 4 and for previous Train Sim World core games. The original M3 EMU Loco add-on pictured above is also unchanged, but will be available to purchase as a TSW compatible add-on to unlock additional service layers for both the original LIR add-on and this new release, Long Island Railroad Commuter, sorry. There we go. That's it for the LIRR. So it's been a while for this one coming, and yes, this is the one that I leaked. Dovetail were very good about that. Terrible accident. Yeah, it's life. Anyway, so looking forward to this coming out. It's not very long to wait. 30th, I think. 30th? It doesn't say. I don't know if it actually said anywhere, but I believe it's the 30th. I hope I just didn't leak something else. But anyway, it's all there. And yes, there we are. Look, dirty table. It's all good. It's written down. It's all good. Not a problem. I expect to be streaming this on. Let me check. I do actually know. Hang on a sec. Let me check. Where is it? There it is. Okay, sorry, I had to go and check an email. I will be allowed to stream this from 9 a.m. UTC on the 29th. So that is 7 p.m. Yeah, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on the 29th of April, which is a Monday. So I'll be streaming it then. And that'll be our first look. So if you'd like to join me and have a look at it, and we can have a bit of a play around, and we'll see what's what, and we'll have some fun. Honest. Hey. Alrighty. Enjoy yourselves, folks, and we shall see you later. If you've got any questions, chuck them down below. If it's stuff that hasn't really been talked about yet, I can't do much about that. I can't really answer them. But if it's stuff that I'm allowed to answer, I more than happily will. But what I can do is gather any questions that pop up on this video to answer them in the live stream, because then I will be allowed to. Alright folks, have fun. Thank you very much for watching. As usual, I read this sort of information to add my own flavour, but also to improve the accessibility of the information for those who can't or won't go and see it. I will include a link to the live preview that was run this morning at 4 a.m. my time, which funnily enough I wasn't watching live because I was asleep. Anyway, enjoy. See you later. Bye.
We played a game.